going on, guys? King Strats here, back another video on the channel, and today is actually the first time that I'm trying different kinds of Korean foods. Yesterday, if you saw my Shake Shack video, towards the end, if you paid attention, I said that I was gonna make it to H Mart, which is directly across the street from the Shake Shack. So H Mart is a place that specializes in different kinds of Asian food. I had been trying to get there for I couldn't even tell you how long, but I finally made my way over there and I got some stuff that I've actually never had before. So we have a whole assortment of things. We've got some Korean corn dogs, 2 different kinds. I've got 3 different kinds of Korean KitKats, as well as some, now I'm not gonna butcher this pronunciation because I messed up last time when I did Jollibee and had the Filipino noodles, which is, hold on, watch this.
Palabok.
Palabok, which I said palabok. So I apologize to the Filipino fam. I tried, I butchered it. I should have looked it up beforehand, but I was way too excited with that fried chicken. So we have got some, hold on.
Japchae.
Japchae. Didn't screw it up this time. I really apologize. I try my best to do this, but I didn't. So I've got some japchae. I didn't screw it up, right? Some kimchi dumplings, some actual homemade kimchi, as well as some chicken. Now, normally japchae is made with beef or pork, but you know, I'll be trying to like be in shape, so I got some chicken, which I marinated with some gochujang and some other spices like that. So that is the full lineup. We have got some KitKats, some different food, as well as I've been dying to try these corn dogs for so long, so I'm gonna get right into those. Also got another question for the mailbag we'll get into in the middle of the video while I'm just kind of chowing down. We've got a full lineup, and if you are digging the content, of course, man, again, thank you guys so much for your support. You guys have been so crazy. I believe we're somewhere near 45,000 subscribers. It wasn't that long ago, it was like 25. So, I mean, if you're new here and you haven't like dropped a comment, just please, I try to read as many as I can, and I just love to meet all you different kinds of people. So many good people I've met through doing this channel. So again, thank you very much. Let me pour my drink. I have got some, look at the nursery, because you know I'm from the trenches. I got some sugar-free lemonade that I'm gonna pour into my cup. I can't move it because it's holding my KitKats up, but that's okay. You know how you gotta prop things up because it'd be looking cool on like thumbnails and stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you, that's what we do. But first I wanna get into these corn dogs. I'm gonna start with this one because it looks the coolest. So what you're seeing here is actually a potato, and I'm gonna not butcher it in my regional diet, like mozzarella corn dog. So I see these all over the place and I'm dying to try. I do have some sauces you can't see. I've got some gochujang hot sauce. I've got some mustard. I've got some ketchup. I'm just gonna see what works with it because I'm just so curious. And I do have some QP mayo. I love QP mayo. Okay, first bite. I'm so excited, you have no idea. Why does it take me so long to try things? The texture on this thing. It's like a French fry, like a mozzarella. Oh my goodness. Lots of potato on the inside. So again, there's no like hot dog in this for my American people. There's just potato and I can't say it. Mozzarella cheese. I'm gonna say mozzarella. I'm sorry. Some mozzarella's in there, and on the outside you've got this like super light wrapping with tons of cheese in here. Honestly, you don't even really need anything on this. What would you normally put on this? I'm gonna start and just try them out. All right, so we got some Korean hot sauce. All right, that's, what the hell? That was the weakest amount of hot sauce I've ever seen in my life, so there it is. That hot sauce is so good. It's like sweet and spicy at the same time. Kind of has like a little bit like a, it's not sriracha. Don't compare it to sriracha because it's not. I'm just gonna say that. That might be the most W one right there. Southwest mustard. I don't have regular mustard. All I got is Southwest mustard. Let's Southwest mustard this. If you never had this from Walmart, this is like the best mustard ever. Ooh, that works too. You know what that reminds me of? growing up, my grandfather, like, I'm part German, and he used to always eat these potato things called knishes, which is like a square potato breaded patty. And he would put mustard on it. It reminds me just of that, but then he just added cheese to it. Alright, let's try the QP mayo. I almost dropped that. Y'all couldn't see it. Okay. I feel like if you did mustard and mayo and hot sauce, can we do them all? Let's do them all. I'm gonna use the same one. I don't want to ruin the taste of the first one. Alright, so we're gonna go QP mayo, which gives it kind of like a sweet mustard. I don't put ketchup on hot dogs. I don't even know why I bought that. I feel like I'm just trying to like... Alright, so we got some mayo. And I don't think we need the ketchup because of this hot sauce is kind of sweet and hot at the same time. So this might be a dope bite. That's incredible. This stick ain't doing anything. I feel like some people have already been told that in their personal life. But, at the same time, the potatoes are just like, they're so perfect. Like, airy, crunchy. There's not a ton of seasoning on them. But the texture is unreal. This hot sauce for me is what it is. Can I do a little bit of QP, a little bit of QP? A little bit, not too much. Mayo on a hot dog is not, it's weird, isn't it? I know, I'm sorry. That's good. Wow. It's like, the cheese is not, sometimes you get like, only cheese I'm familiar with to do it in fried is like a mozzarella stick, mozzarella. I'm trying. But this one's so like light that it doesn't, it's not chewy at all. The whole thing just melts. Wow. Are you going to be able to top that with this one? Let's find out. Now this one's a little bit different. I believe there actually is a hot dog in here, but it's fish cake on the wrapper, the breading wrapper. The inside actually has mozzarella and cheddar cheese. So this one sounds like much more interesting, but there's no way I wasn't getting potato. So let's try this one. You know what's crazy? I think I like this one better. This one has more flavor. It's the outside, this breading. Because of that fishy kind of flavor, it reminds me of like breaded fried fish, but like not like, I'm not talking like fish sticks, I'm talking like actual like homemade breaded fried fish. The texture, even though it's not the same, the texture reminds me kind of like the panko breading, even though it's not panko. There's the hot dog. Oh, it's tiny. Stop. It is though, look. It's like all the way in the bottom. But that's the taste it reminds me of, like really good breaded fried fish, like when somebody knows how to, wow. I think the hot dog's turkey. Like, just looking at the bite, I used to eat turkey franks all the time, and that's what this texture and taste reminds me of. But, truthfully, this doesn't even need any condiments on it. Like, it does enhance it a little, but it's not necessary. And I know there's a lot of different kinds of these. I only got 2. Why did I do that? That was just stupid. Why would I do that? That was so dumb. I'm not editing that. No, we're gonna just look stupid. It's fine. I'm gonna save this, but I want it. Like it. I love the addition of the cheddar in there too. Let's get into some of this Japchae. Like it has like a to it. I hope I'm not messing that up. If I am, again, I apologize. I got a lot of people like laughing at me from the Philippines, and I'm only laughing because I get when you like mispronounce certain words, but just understand it's not because I'm trying to be dumb or anything. I'm trying. I should have done better, but you know, I don't think anybody thought I was trying to be offensive or anything like that. So, all right, let's try some of these noodles though. I can't get them any closer because they're gonna drop, but. That's insane. No joke. This is my second time ever having this. The first time was at Banjan, which is a Korean fried chicken chain, but other than that, I never had it. This is from the deli section at H Mart. It's so good though. I'm getting bitter from I think it's, I don't know what kind of like leaves, I shouldn't say leaves, but greens those are. The texture on these are great too. They're not chewy, but it's definitely a different texture than you would get from like any kind of other noodle that I've had. And I've had a lot of noodles. I love the texture on them. There's mushrooms, carrots, peppers. I'm getting soy sauce. And it's got something in here that's spicy that I can't quite put my finger on. It's not like crazy spicy, but it's got a spice, like a heat level, which I like. We're gonna have to get to a Korean restaurant, because if this came from a deli at a supermarket, I can't imagine a real deal homemade. I mean, this is homemade too, though. Man, this is good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just did like half the noodles in one thing. Also have to always give this disclaimer. Don't make fun of me for I hold my chopsticks. I have an injury from playing football that I have a pinky that like dislocates when I grab things weird. It'll literally pop out of place. So I have to hold it a little stranger than most people, but you know, it is what it is. Also got these kimchi dumplings from here. Now I'm gonna try the first one. You can see I used it with, I fried them at the bottom and then I steamed it towards the end. I'm just gonna put the whole thing. Can I use the whole thing? I don't care. I love kimchi, man. I petition to put kimchi in everything. If you've never had kimchi, if you look at my Instagram videos a lot of times and I'm just eating off camera my healthy meals, you know, where it's just like basically chicken and rice or some kind of simple carb, I love putting kimchi with it. Kimchi has so many benefits. I didn't have kimchi probably until about 5 years ago, and as soon as I did, I was hooked. I actually have a giant container of homemade kimchi from H Mart I bought. It costs like $20, and it's like, it's big. I wish I brought it, but I didn't. But this is what's in the container, so that's, I swear. Do I have soy? Did I bring soy? I didn't bring soy. Who cares? I don't really care for, I mean, I know people like to put soy on things, but I try not to because of the salt levels. Again, I know you're supposed to, but I don't like to eat a ton of salty foods when I'm eating, only because of like the health reasons. So, forgive me. But I don't think it needs it. Not with the kimchi in there. It really doesn't. Yeah, mushroom. Man, this is so good. All right. Let me get a piece of this chicken too. Marinated this, like I said, air fryer. I turn it up high at the end so I get that char. So it kind of reminds me of grilled. Oh, God. This right, bro. I know most of you, being that you're watching this channel, have probably tried foods from different cultures, but there's such a big world out there with so much good food, and you know I love my food. If you've never had Korean food, if you've never had, just start like branching out. I know most people like try to stay in their comfort zone, but why I started this channel was to get out of mine. Like, I can't believe I spent most of my life like not eating stuff like this. Seriously, it took me until 2 weeks ago to try like Jollibee, like, but man, between these noodles, like hoovering dumplings in one bite. I know if you probably think I'm crazy, I don't care. Listen, if you ever had, man, what about my first time going to H Mart? Like, what's wrong with me? We're gonna do the thing though. We're gonna branch out even more than we have. And this stuff all took like 15 minutes to make. I can only imagine what like real deal restaurant or even if like going to Korea. We gotta go to Korea. I gotta go everywhere. Doesn't matter. Okay, I'm getting off track. I want to get into this. This is from Mailbag, but it's also a dual thing because it's also from TikTok. And I got sent this and they said, yo, what are your thoughts on this? So what it is a bunch of notes that basically go with what your ideal situation is in a relationship. Topics, if you will. You'll get it when I get into it. I'm going to put it up on your screen. I'll probably try to throw something like right over here. But if you were in a relationship, what do you think about these certain situations? I thought it was interesting. So, good discussion topic. I want to put my hand in this ring and... Or is it hat in the ring? I think it's hat. It's okay. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, but I'm tired. So, here it comes up on your screen. What I would look for a girlfriend / wife. So let's start off. Location. What they mean by location is, do you need to know your partner's location iPhone-wise by putting it in their phone? This way you could just check where they are at all times. And I didn't even know this was a thing. People do this, where they just want to know where the person is, and they can just, like, ping them on their iPhone all the time. For me, I don't want to know your location. Not like that. If I'm ever curious to where you are, I would just ask you. I don't think invasions of privacy in a relationship to that level of basically having a LoJack on you, having an AirTag on you at all times, like, it just seems inhumane to me. Like, I can't speak on anybody else's situation, but if I had to be that cautious that I needed to know where your location was at all times on your phone, one, it's not going to work because you can just leave your phone somewhere. Oh, my phone died. And two, it just doesn't seem like a healthy relationship for me. I wouldn't want to be in a relationship like that. If I ever felt like I had to know your location all the time, I think I should probably just be single, in my opinion. Not for me. I didn't even know people did this. That's a lot. Next up, we have password. Your partner's phone password. Again, kind of the same thing. I don't want it. I don't want your password. I just feel like there should be boundaries in a relationship, no matter what, where I don't want to know, like, if I have to go through your phone, you're just not a woman for me. Now, as weird as that sounds, I would just never resort to that kind of stuff. And I've said this in other videos. I've done that stuff before. I've been in toxic relationships. I'll never do it again. It just doesn't make sense to me. So, if you knew I knew your password and you were trying to hide stuff, I think you'd be smart enough to get rid of it anyway. So I think it's just a false sense of security for some people. Maybe you're in that kind of relationship and I'm not judging you. Just again, this is my personal thing and my own personal relationship that I would be in. So, location? Absolutely not. But now we get into some interesting stuff. Next up, we have one of the biggest topics of contention that you'll probably see. and in my case, I have to say it this way, but it could be a girl if you're talking about your significant other. But for me, the guy best friend. I think that this one requires more context, because if I meet you and you have a guy best friend, that's what I signed up for. I can't tell you to stop being friends with somebody that I met you with and you were there. Like, you get what I'm saying? So if you've known somebody since you were 10 years old and all of a sudden I come into the picture, I'm like, you can't hang on anymore, I just think that's wrong. So I wouldn't do that. But again, this one's probably going to annoy some people. To be perfectly honest, in context, if that friend is somebody you've hooked up with before, you've dated before, if it's an ex, it's going to make me uncomfortable. I just think it's weird that someone would be that cool with their ex that they're best friends. Now, I don't have a problem with somebody still being civil or cordial with their ex. I'm still civil and cordial with mine. I don't hang out with them. I don't anything, but I'm still civil. Like, I don't dislike them, you know. There's just nothing for us to hang out for, so I wouldn't do it. But having a guy best friend, under those circumstances, I would be not okay if you hooked up, like I said, and if you did, then yeah, something's probably gonna have to be done about it, because, like, again, I'm not gonna make you choose, but if you just, like, don't want, I understand that. You're probably not the person for me. You get what I'm saying? So it would have to be from jump that I would know. And I just don't really think it's like, okay for, like, two people to be all of a sudden, like, after we started dating, you find a dude. Like, it's just like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, I think that's weird. Once you have a significant other, and then all of a sudden there's a dude, he can't be your best friend now. Like, nah, I'm not okay with that. But it does require context, in my opinion. That being said, I have seen some really weird relationships between supposed platonic friends where they're, like, really flirty. And I'm not just talking about, you know, like, people I've dated, just in general, where I'm like, are you sure you guys haven't, or aren't? Because it's a bit too much. And again, it would have to be from jump. And if I saw that where you guys were, like, a little too close, it would turn me off to the point I'd probably walk away from you before we even got started. So that's that one's a tough one, but I would probably say no unless it was like a different kind of vibe. But it's just not for me. Next up is a triple threat. It's more phone communication, but it's FaceTime, phone, and texting. I guess all of the above. Like, how often do you do it? How long do you talk? These are tough because, again, it requires context. Like, I'm not 20. When you're 20, you might have more free time. I don't. I can't be talking all day on the phone. I don't want to. It's like all day? No. Do I think that if you're dating somebody, should you be in communication at least daily? Yes. Even if it's check-in. Again, if I'm a busy person and you're a busy person, even if it's just to check in, see how you're doing, you know, whatever it is. If it's a say goodnight thing, it's something. It also depends on the distance and the frequency. If I'm living with you, I don't need to text you all day. I'll see you when I get home. But if I don't live with you, or it's a long distance relationship, then we'll probably talk more. But here's the other thing with me, bro. I'm not finna FaceTime. I'm not a high school senior, bro. I'm just not doing it. I'm not FaceTiming you. Like, unless there's a distance thing, you know what I'm saying, where I don't see you often, so, like, but if you live in the same state as me, I'm not finna FaceTime you, bro. You better bring your ass over here. I'm not doing it. And that goes with phone calls, too. Like, listen, I don't know how it is with y'all or whatever it is, and there's no such thing as necessarily gender roles. I know people like to say that because I got a painted middle finger, which is cool. Y'all can think what y'all want to. It don't matter to me. But to me, like, as a dude, like, I don't really talk on the phone like that. I don't know if I know a lot of women that don't too. I shouldn't say that, but a lot of women will talk to each other more. Like, even as friends, like, you got a woman who's a friend with another woman, y'all will FaceTime, or y'all, like, I don't talk to my boys like, hey, yo, like, FaceTime me real quick, bro. Let me call you real quick, bro. Like, I get mad when my, like, friends call me. I have one or two that will. I'm like, bro, why are you calling me, bro? I guess that's weird, too, but I'm not finna sit there with the damn phone on my, nah, bro. I'm not like, with the headset or nah, bro. I'm good. Like, I got stuff to do, bro. Text me. I'm just weird like that. But we can text regularly. I don't necessarily have to text you all day or like be talking back and forth like every 5 minutes or whatever it is. But if I text you, like, you might hit me back later or I'll hit you back later, just whenever it is. Like, this should be regular communication. Regular. But it doesn't have to be all around the clock 24/7. That ain't for me. Next up, we have bars and clubs. If you date me and you want to go out with your friends, I don't care. Go. There's really nothing else to it. If I date you, I trust you. If you're going to go out, go out. Be careful, because I know how people are when you get out there. Like, dudes are, kind of pushy sometimes. And if I'm not there, it might be even worse. Because, like, anytime I've gone out with a girl I was messing with or dating or whatever, dudes don't do that. Because they're not finna just walk up while I'm standing there with, you know what I'm saying? They don't really do that. I mean, somebody might try it, but it hasn't happened. And I'm not saying that as a flex. It just hasn't happened. I know there's dudes out there who don't give a shit, especially when they're drunk. But it hasn't happened. But if I'm not there, dudes might get pushy. Dudes might try to get, like, inappropriate and stuff like that. And that's more of the worry that I have. It's not that I think somebody that I'm dating is going to step out on me. It's more about, I know how that goes at bars and clubs. Like, I've been to plenty of them. So if I'm not there, I just want you to be careful. But if you really want to go, go. I don't care. That's not a big deal to me. I'm not going to, like, hold you on a leash like that. Now, again, I will also preface that with context. If you're the type of woman, you wouldn't be dating me in this case, but if you're the type of woman who goes out, consumes a couple of adult spirits, and you don't know how to act, that's a massive turn off for me, and I wouldn't date you. So, it wouldn't fall into that category. One thing that I can't stand when it comes to somebody that I'm dating or talking to is if they become a different person when they consume beverages, or if they can't handle it. Like, I saw that kind of stuff in college. Like, I graduated already. I'm too old for that. Like, if I gotta carry you home or some stuff like that, like, you ain't the one for me. That's a massive turn off for me. I will stop talking to you. Like, you want to talk, people say red flags, that's a massive red flag for me, bro. I'm not with it. Next up, social media. I don't really know what that means. If it means, like, can you have social media? Like, I'm not your dad, bro. Like, yes, you can have social media. Now, does that mean, I guess, your demeanor on social media? Again, context. If I'm dating somebody and they're a content creator, fitness influencer, whatever it is, like, you make content, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you gotta be on there. But I will say this, too. Even though I am a content creator, I don't have my whole life out there on social media. My personal relationship, stuff like that. Like, if you're posting everything that you do, it's a turnoff for me, and I probably wouldn't be cool with it. Just for me, I just don't need my business out there. Especially if you post, like, you know how people get into arguments with their, like, whatever. Like, we're gonna have disagreements. Now, if you go put a story up, like, I'm too old for that shit, man. Like, I'm just not about that. You can go look at I have never in my life put nothing like that on no story. And you'd be stupid if you think I haven't gotten mad at a woman. You know what I'm saying? But I don't need my whole life out there with that. I will also get into the other dicey category of thirst traps. Context matters. Again, if you're a fitness person and you're posting progress pictures is one thing. If you want to post a picture of you in a bikini, that's another thing. I'm cool with that. You want to post a selfie of you when you're out with your friend, that's cool. There's a fine line between that and thirst traps. I'm not cool with a thirst trap. Now, the definition of a thirst trap is something that people post out there because they're trying to get attention in that manner. So, you got a nice pair of jeans on, you want to take a picture or whatever, a video of you in your jeans, a boomerang, I know y'all be doing that stuff. I don't got a problem with that. But what I do got a problem is you took a picture in your jeans in a suggestive type of pose, and, like, you get what I'm saying? That's like link in bio material. And if you ain't got a link in your bio when I met you, I'm not necessarily cool with that either. There's a huge difference. I don't care if you feeling good, you want to take a selfie or whatever. Like, I know women, like, I'm not that insecure about stuff like that. But if you're like, they would be the equivalent of me. Like, I got videos and stuff on Instagram with my shirt off, right? That's cool, But if I was doing, or, I don't want to, like, be too graphic, but you know how people be with the printing and the stuff. Like, I make sure that I'm not advertising certain stuff when I make sure, you know what I'm saying? I got everything under control. That kind of stuff. So I wouldn't do that. Other than that, it's cool. To the next one. Lying. I don't even know why this is on there. If you a liar, I'm not dating you. I don't even have to say anything else than that. Don't lie. That's it. Next category. This one says compliments. Now, I don't really know what that means. Compliments how? Do I want you to compliment me? Yes. Why the hell would I want my girl to compliment me? I don't need my ego fed every 5 minutes, but yeah. Like, if you think I look good or whatever, like, you tell me that. I'm not finna be mad at it. It's not necessary, I guess is the right word. I don't need it constant reassurance or something like that, but who the hell doesn't like to hear a compliment from somebody they with? I don't know what the hell that mean. Oh, you better compliment me. You better kiss my mustache, bro. Listen. The next one says Snapchat. I was born in the 90s, bro. Ain't no Snapchat, bro. I'm not on there, bro, like that. It's like, next question, bro. Now, this must be like a Gen Z one, bro, because it's Snapchat, I'm not finna that. Like, I ain't never in my life said, hey, what's your Snap, bro? Nah, like, I need your phone number. Just, like, if you don't want your number, then I don't know, like, it is what it is. Okay. Now, this one's a dicey one, too. And I'm going to say this all one with kid gloves, because I understand not everybody might understand what I'm talking about. But the next one says, adult movies. And I guess that would be more for women than men, because I know a lot of women have, say a lot, some women have problems with their significant other watching those kinds of movies, website, you get what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. You know, for adults, you know. We only say, you get what I'm saying? If you don't get it by now, you it's over your head, it's cool. Do I have a problem with someone I'm dating watching that? No. Because it would make me a hypocrite. I don't really think, I guess women view that kind of stuff differently than men. You know? I'm pretty sure that every woman I've ever dated watches that when we've talked about it. I feel like it's a conversation you need to have. I don't care. No. I'm okay. You can probably guess this. Anybody who would do some stuff like this, like, I'm very secure with who I am. Like, I don't feel threatened by other dudes when I'm with, like, a woman. Like, I really don't. I never have. Like, I don't feel threatened by that. I do feel a little protective over a woman I'm with, but not in the sense of, like, I'm scared some dude's gonna take you from me. It just makes me, when I care about somebody, like not nervous, but, like, wary. I'm like that in general anyway, but if I'm not with you, like, I watch too much Law and Order and stuff. You get what I'm saying? So I don't want anything to happen to you when I'm not there. That's more where my worry comes from. Like, because if that kind of stuff ever happened to somebody I was with, there'd be some trouble, bro. Like, you watch Ice Cube, we got something. I don't need that in my life because I'll get in trouble too. I don't want to. You get what I'm saying? So that's more of where it comes from. I don't really care about any other stuff in that. And the last one on here says cooking. I guess that means, like, can you cook? I don't care if you can cook. I cook anyway, so it doesn't bother me. But I will say this, to kind of piggyback off that, like, I do, like, I dated women in the past that didn't have any, like, household skills. And we were in a situation where we lived together. And I had to do, like, everything, bro. Like, I had to cook, I had to clean, you know, I had to take out the trash. Oh, she couldn't even boil water, bro. So, like, it just became annoying because I felt like I was doing everything, you know? And I don't want to be in a relationship where you do everything or me. So, for me, like, it genuinely made me, like, dread coming home because I come home to a messy house. There's no dinner. I've been working all day. You ain't even working. I was in a situation like that. I'll never do that again. So I would like it if, like, you could at least, like, know how to wipe off a kitchen table or clean or, like, some laundry or something like that. I don't expect you to do it all the time because I'm not like that. I'm very self-sufficient. I don't need you to do my chores and stuff for me. But, like, we can help each other out. Like, I don't care if I have to wash your clothes. I'll do that too. But, like, I'm not finna do it every single time because at that point, like, what the hell are you there for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a dog, and that's just weird to me in the sense of, like, I'm not here to be anybody's, like, dad. I don't have any kids. Like, I have dogs that it's like they can't cook or clean, and I clean up after them all day, and I don't mind. But I feel like my relationship that I'm in ideally is a partner, not like somebody that I'm just taking care of 24/7, 365. You know, which brings me to the one thing that I did leave out of there. It was on here. I forgot to read it. It said, who pays? And I know this one has pissed people off. I've talked about it on my Unfiltered and stuff like that. But I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm like your bank. Like, I don't want to. I know that a lot of things on social media these days, women say things like, if you're broke, say that. I'm not broke, bro. Like, I just don't want that. You get what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with being able to afford it. I've done it before, and that was 6 years ago, you know, so it's not to say that I couldn't. I didn't like it. I just, for me, I want to be in a partnership. Now, if you're talking about first date and stuff like that, like, I don't necessarily mind paying, but just don't think that when I first meet you, I'm finna trick. Like, I'm not about to just, like, start, like, splurging on somebody that I barely know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about earning it. It's about the fact that I earned my shit and you earned yours. So I don't want to just be paying for somebody right from jump. Going out to eat to me is not a big deal. Like, I pay for my friends when I go out to eat. I could care less about that. So if they mean about on a date, like, I'll pay. I couldn't care less. But if you don't even, like, ever reach for your wallet at any point, at any time, like, we go for coffee later, you don't ever reach for your... Eventually, I'm gonna be, like, kind of turned off by it. I'm not gonna lie about it. It has nothing to do with the money. It has to do with the fact that, like, some people just expect that, and I don't want to be in that kind of relationship. It sets a bad precedent. Like I said, I've been in a relationship, we pay every bill, and I'm not with that no more. Like, I grew up in a household where both my parents brought home paychecks. They put the money in a pot, and they did what they had to do with it, right? They took care of whatever they had to take care of together. And even if you don't work, like, there's got to be some sort of trade-off. And I lived in a house in a relationship when I was in one where I come home and you sitting on a couch watching TV. Eating my food. There ain't no dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're home at the very least, like, you clean up. I don't want to come home to a mess. But as long as we're both doing for each other, I don't care. It's not the money. It's the principle. You know, again, some people with that whole if you're broke, just say that thing. Like, I think women don't realize that a lot of men, like, we're just, like that by nature with our money. It has nothing to do with, like, how much you have of it. And to me, again, that doesn't matter, because if I'm a millionaire and I give you $100, that ain't shit. So, like, it's not even the principle for them at that point. But if I'm a person who, like most people probably watching this, you know, 9 to 5, you probably got a decent job, good job, you can take care of stuff, but you ain't got money like that, so you don't have money to waste. But the most valuable thing in any relationship to me is time. And I'm gonna get out before I say that. Time is more valuable than money. Like, the one thing that you can't buy, you can't get back, I don't want to waste my time. So it's not the money to me. Like, don't waste my time. You know what I'm saying? Like, even this you're watching right now, which is gonna creep me out. You can't get these seconds back, these minutes back, and you spent them watching me. So thank you. I'm gonna stop trailing off. I'm gonna try these KitKats real quick. Like I said, I went to H Mart and I found a bunch of different Korean KitKats. 3 different flavors we are trying today, and we're gonna start off with the one that probably can't miss. We got the orange. So it's an orange KitKat. I don't know what this looks like. Just looks like a regular kind of melted KitKat. Definitely smells, you know what this smells like? It smells like the chocolate oranges. I don't know if that's really a thing anymore. This is a little melted, I'm not gonna lie, but this is probably because I had it in my book bag, but that's fine. So, somebody gonna get mad. I'm biting both of them. You know what? KitKat, shut up. That's exactly what it tastes like. KitKats don't miss, man. KitKats don't miss. It just tastes like a chocolate orange. Again, chocolate outside, inside, very much orange zest, orange flavor, very strong. Flavor 2, matcha latte. I don't really like matcha. If any KitKat's gonna miss, it's gonna be this one. It's green. I already knew that was coming. Yeah, see, it smells like seaweed to me. I don't really like the matcha flavor, but we make content here. So we're gonna try it. This is a little sweeter than the matcha stuff I've had before. It's not a flavor I would gravitate to by any means. It has a matcha, but it's still sweet. So, while you do get the matcha aftertaste, it's not really that bad. Again, not something I would ever go out of my way to eat, but not necessarily bad either. If you're a matcha lover, you probably love this. Finally, the weirdest one of the bunch. Now, I can't read that, but I can tell you what it is because I have the large bag. This is actually a whole wheat, whole grain KitKat. Like a whole wheat, like they say biscuits on the bag, but for us, we call them crackers, but in other countries, we call them biscuits. I really don't know what the hell to expect from this. This is probably the weirdest KitKat I've ever tried. Ever. Like, ever. That smells like cardboard. Alright. You never know. What do we think? That's weird. And I mean that in a good way. It tastes like a cracker. Like, not a Ritz. Like a... That's weirdly good. That's a weird one, bro. I don't know. I like it. I can't quite put my finger on, like, what kind of cracker it is. But... this just proves my point. Kit Kats, you really can't miss, man. They put the weirdest stuff in it. It's still good. I don't even like matcha. W. And that wheat one, bro, like... that's good. Like a Triscuit or something. I swear to God. I never thought I would like that one, but that's why you gotta try things, man. That was dope. All in all, this is a lot of food I've never had before. Great thing. Love to try this stuff, man. I really enjoyed it. And, we had a weird conversation that I rambled on about my relationships and stuff. But again, man, thank you guys so much for your support. I kind of just want to get back in the kitchen. And I don't get to really do a lot of videos where we're just kind of chopping it up like that. But I still want to make sure I get at least 2 to 3 a week. So that's what I wanted to do today. And I got to try some new interesting things. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We will be back again in the kitchen tomorrow. More content. I love y'all. Hand signs. They made it to YouTube.